wasn't careful enough on the dark web. I now know why people go missing. You'd be surprised how many unsolved crime cases can be explained by the dark web. It's a breeding ground for psychopaths and evil humans to plan the most despicable and unimaginable crimes. That's why I became so interested in it. I'm not evil, but lots of my friends have accessed the dark web, kind of like a trend. I had to give it a go. Little did I know this would be the last time I'd ever experience freedom again. I had heard of the deep web horror stories of disgusting websites, hacking, people finding your address. But I never believed them since my college friends seemed fine. And even if the stories were true, maybe I could find them and report them to the police. Nothing bad ever happened to my friends, at least nothing that I knew of. So I decided to give it a go. I asked a friend to come over and help me set it up. When my friend arrived, we opened up my laptop and began to set everything up. My friend gave me a brief rundown and made it very clear that when I was using the hidden wiki, that I kept it on censored mode, so that it would be less likely for me to see something I didn't want to see. I listened to him at first anyway. But after a couple weeks using the deep wiki, I felt like a pro. I'd made friends and even bought substances for personal use. But this is where I went too far. I had become cocky and was ready to dig deeper into the dark web, so I turned off the censored mode. It took a while, mostly because Tor is a bit slow and many of the links just led to dead web pages. But eventually I stumbled onto a site called All the Blood. I had a fairly strong stomach, or so I thought. But after looking at a few different chat rooms, I noticed how sick this site really was. The people in these chat rooms were actual killers, bragging about some of the things they had done. One man by the name of Culture045 had the stage in one of the chat rooms. He was explaining in detail how he had broken into someone's house, kidnapped a little girl, and brutally murdered her parents by hiding under their bed and then opening their throats. I didn't believe it at first. This guy was probably just making it all up on the spot. That was until he sent the pictures. These were the most horrifying pictures I had ever seen. Close-ups of the poor 10-year-old girl being brutally beaten and cut with a knife. Then he showed a picture of him with a drill drilling into her skull. The most haunting part is that while he was doing it, he was looking at the camera with sheer joy on his face. I couldn't hold in my anger, which was the biggest mistake I could have ever made. I had seen enough and typed in the chat room window, "You people are sick and deserve to die. How can you sleep at night?" Immediately people began making fun of me, saying that I was just as helpless and ignorant as the little girl in the pictures and that I should get off the big boy part of the internet. They began saying I was a wimp and calling me an empath. That was when Culture045 started typing. He said, "Really? Where do you live, buddy? I'm sure everybody would love to see you on this site." I replied, threatening them, saying I'm calling the police and having this site shut down. Before I could even type another sentence, a new chat box appeared in green. In it, someone named Admin 1inch typed in the box. He said, "Call the cops and you will regret it." I didn't type anything in the box and reached for my cell phone. What happened next still haunts me to this day. My phone said I had a new message. I opened it and it said, "Call the police and you're dead." There was no number. It didn't even say unknown number. It was just blank. I looked back at my laptop and saw my webcam light turn on. I quickly covered it, but I saw on the screen a picture of me looking at my phone. I got wide-eyed and froze for a moment when the admin typed again. "Put the phone down right now and uncover your webcam." I put my phone down but kept the webcam covered. When he typed again, "Okay then, be like that." Right after, he posted my full name, age, and address in the chat box and typed,